Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. My name is Jay, and this is sort of just like a public service announcement. I don't really have anything to add to this, but the Dewbacks are going to be slightly delayed by a couple of weeks, but the Shore Troopers are looking like they're on time. So, for those of you who don't know, and I'll put this on, I'm going to show some people's names on Facebook because I don't want to take a screenshot and stuff, so I do apologize to those people, but it's just names, I guess, at the end of the day. But Matt Holland, who works for FFG, essentially in the Dewback boxes at Gen Con, they were sold with the wrong base size. They were sold with the ATST base size, a very large one, where they should be like on the ATRT base size. So you can, if you ordered it at Gen Con, if you bought it at Gen Con, you can get a replacement part. They'll do that for you. The rest are getting repackaged. Now that repackaging is going to take a couple of weeks, and it's going to get delayed. But the Imperial Shore Troopers expansion will release as originally planned. That's essentially the end of this video. I was really, like, when that happened, I was really torn about making a video on it, oddly, because we weren't sure what was going to happen. You know, it was obvious that somebody had boo-booed along the way, right? Like, there had been a mess up, and we weren't necessarily 100% sure what was going to happen with the rest of them. No disrespect to the people who bought it at Gen Con, but if that was just the Gen Con mistake for those boxes only, nobody was asked. Do you know what I mean? You could just get another box, not another box. You could just get FFG or Asmodee to replace it. But if that was going to get shipped for all of the boxes of Dewbacks, it could have been a bit of a disaster if everybody got that base. Like, you're looking at a series like a serious enough issue that they needed to fix it. Like, they couldn't just let them out and then replace every single one of them. That would have been a bit of a pain. But of course, we didn't know if they were even packaged like that, and we didn't know if they were. We didn't know if they'd left China. I presume they're made in China. We didn't know if they'd left China on the boat and was already en route to everybody. Turns out they've managed to at least stop it. So it's nice that we've seen this communicated. They obviously needed to make the decision what they were. Well, when they found out, they would have needed to have confirmed it was every box, decide what they're going to do forward, change it, implement when they're going to ship, actually, and then communicate it. And then we've seen the communicate. That, by the way, is in the Star Wars Legion Facebook group. A lot of players will be there. I suspect they'll tweet it, maybe. I haven't seen the tweet or Twitter or whatever like that, but they're probably going to tweet it. But it was difficult because it was like, I don't want to come on and be like, oh, by the way, somebody called it a debacle, which I'm really, really jealous that I didn't come up with that, because that name would have been perfect. And if I put that in the title, I think I saw it from the 5th Trooper. So, I mean, apologies to you if that was you originally. Although, like, I saw Dewbackle, and then I heard the word debacle, and then I was like, oh, I put the two together myself. And I was like, it's already been done, and you know it had already been done. I just had one of those classic brain fart moments. But it's interesting. Like, it does raise a question. What will happen if something like that happens and they actually got shipped, like, and every single person received like the wrong part? Would they just be like, right, whatever, the Dewbacks are now on the large bases, like the very large bases? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Do you know? A bit of me is a bit disappointed that it didn't happen, just because I would have been very curious of the response. But obviously, it's better that it's been caught now, because they don't have to try and fix it, and they don't have to worry about it, and they don't have to errata it or FAQ it or anything like that. They just, you know, you can just get your replacement part. It's weird. The releases right now are a little bit weird. Am I the only who thinks this? Like, when the Gen Con's around and the boxes are getting sold for the Clone Wars, we don't know when the Clone Wars is out. We think it's like the 9th of September, something like that, when because the rules go live at that point. So people, I may have the date slightly off. Don't correct me. It's fine. Whatever date that is, early mid-September. Some people are thinking that's when the Clone Wars will go live. But we're going to get the Shore Troopers in a couple of weeks, and then we're going to get the Dewbacks might now be after the Clone Wars, which would be interesting. By the way, if you've ordered Dewbacks and your Shore Troopers, you might want to check with your store about maybe splitting your order, because they're going to come at different times. So maybe postage and stuff like that might be a bit of a pain. Who knows? Like, you don't want to wait on your Shore Troopers for your Dewback. Do you know what I mean? Well, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to save that postage. But the releases at the minute seem a bit weird. Obviously, we had the big delays, and then we had the Rebel Veterans And the Tauntauns, they're all out, they're in the stores. I haven't personally ordered them. I'm at the minute considering just going Imperial only. It's like if I'm making the decision not to collect all 4 factions, then which is reasonable. I mean, some crazy people out there will be thinking about it. You know what I'm talking about. And like me, I was like, well, I already have 2 factions. Do I pick one of the new factions and ditch one of the factions I currently have? And then it was like, I'm not really sure I can be bothered assembling so many droids. Like, they look finicky. And then it's like, if I pick the Republic, I was like, it's a bit similar to Stormtroopers slightly combined with Rebel Troopers, which I guess isn't that bad. You have like good side and a bad side, but then you've got just Stormtrooper heavy looking dudes. Anyway, the releases are weird. That's I'm right off tangents here today. I thought Mum and McDonald's are, hyped. Katie's not in this evening. So yeah, I think the release has been just a little bit weird. The whole thing seems to just to be about getting sorted, and then they've had this happen. So we had the veterans and the Tauntauns, that was last month, but even they seemed to be a bit late. Then we were going to get the Shore Troopers and the Dewbacks like nowish, like in a week or so, or whatever it would have been. And the Dewbacks are obviously getting pushed back. And then we're probably going to get the Clone Wars middle of September. And then I'm not 100% sure of the order of everything else. Everything seems to be a little bit messed up now. It looks like we're getting the proper Wave 1 to the Clone Wars in like December, January. And we're going to get the buildings and the operatives, Vader and Luke. And have I missed something? Oh, in December we'll get the upgrades to the Core Trooper factions, which is cool enough. That's it. I'm off. Just a public service announcement that you Dewbacks, depending on how many you have ordered, are going to be slightly delayed. Thanks to FFG and particularly Matt for communicating that. It's good to see, basically, because mistakes happen. All right, there's no point chastising, being like, these kind of mistakes should not happen in a company this size, because it is what it is. Mistakes happen. Life goes on, doesn't it? Have a beautiful day. I say like and subscribe, but it really isn't that kind of video. But if you want to do, do. Have a beautiful day though, and goodbye. Bye guys.